Hello, Mech fans. This is Duncan Fisher. Hold on firmly to your mana potions, fireballs, and familiars, because you are tuning in to your regularly scheduled episode of the First Circuit Podcast.
And tonight's hosts are Biter,
Blarg,
Ian,
hello,
Larsh,
Hi.
and myself, Oldbob. And tonight's topics are the Tryhard event, Heavy Hitter Sale, Medium Rare Sale, Mech Release Marauder 2, and the Corsair. Update to the Kickstarter, what should you do for Battletech, including buying your pack choice, and tips for tabletop runs.
Nice.
All right, yeah. Tryhard event number 2. It's fairly bog standard event, just do damage, a whole bunch of things, and you get stuff. It's not too bad actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're giving lots of MC, lots of C-bills, GSP, even Warhorns. It's a very nice mix. It's a good step up from the lack of events or really grindy events we've had recently.
definitely.
I think these are the kind of events we've been actually asking for.
We're not just getting one GSP. They're giving batches of 10.
Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
weird. I know myself, I played last night, and I completed half the stuff just in 2 hours. Easy. So it's not that hard to go do, guys. And yeah, I got the 400 like MC, which is nice, just for doing 2,000 match score and 150 match score 5 times. Easy peasy. So it's good. It's not as grindy as much as other things, so I liked it.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here's the real question. Are you able to unlock the 250 match score?
Yeah, of course.
Ooh.
I always get to over 250. Kidding?
Check out the Nova. You're good.
Yeah, just get the Nova, man, and you're fine. Oh no, which one's a 250?
It's the match score level 3.
Match
That's
score
the
level 3.
Final of the match score ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 4 out of 5 times. 250. Yeah. Okay. No problem.
This
Easy.
is doable.
And
Easy.
the Pipe
Easy peasy.
Organ Warhorn, which is neat.
Mm-hmm.
But the GSP rewards are nice though to go and get those at 10 instead
Yeah.
of 1.
Those
the
are
grind-
really good addition.
What's that?
Yeah, the grindiest one is going to be victory level 3, where you have to get 20 victories.
That's hard.
Which at least requires 20 games, but of course, you're relying a lot more on your team in that circumstance, and that's going to be 40 games on average, let's just say.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I don't like those because you got to depend on other people, and a lot of times I get let down. But about 40 games average. You'll probably go ahead and get that though. It's pretty easy.
But I would say for the most part, I mean, it's a pretty solid event. You just go in, you play, and it's not like the last ones where it would just be like a teeny reward for a huge grind. This is actually pretty good.
And it ends in 2 days, so as soon as you hear this, it's over. So just so you guys know.
Yeah, right.
So next up, we have the Heavy Hitter Sale and Medium Rare Sale. What do you guys think of these sales? You guys have a favorite mech out of these sales, or what?
I mean, about from these sales here, it seems like all the mechs are half off. And just because I'm a Macross fanboy and timing of videos, I would go for the Phoenix Hawk. Personally, I would do it because that's my go-to mech a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Yeah, both sales, it's a huge long list of mechs, all
This is a long list.
50% off. It's a good time if you're saving up MC to buy the heroes, and otherwise it's a good time to buy mechs for C-bills.
Yeah, and I'll say a nice, easy way to actually see all of them if you're a more visual person like I am is just log into Mechwarrior Online, go to the store page, go to the home page, and you will see everything that is on sale.
And also another thing, for the medium sale until August 15th, you can get Mech Base for 50% off,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
when you want to buy them. And apparently C-bill bundles are 50% off MC. I'm
Mhm.
gonna say those are a trap. Do not buy C-bills for MC.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy C-bills.
No, it's a trap.
Especially when you have especially when you have the event happening this weekend and such, you can get C-bills easy.
Admiral
It's a
Akbar agrees.
trap.
On your point though, Lush, about being visual, yeah, the in-game store is way better than on the website, and I don't know how necessary it is to see the exact number of C-bills for every single particular variant. In the future, it would be cool if they just simply had images of all the mechs with just 50% off on the image. Like just very much like what they do on the store. Just say all Mad Dogs, all Jaegers, all Hell. Just we don't need to be told every single variant if you're
Yeah.
covering all of them. I
Things.
think just this
Yeah.
huge super wall of text
Yeah.
that doesn't actually give you very much useful information is not a very good way to advertise your sales. Whereas, if you click the store button, it shows you all the mech packs, or just you have the same kind of format, but you just show 50% off on the mechs there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we all know my mech that I would choose, but I guess Ian, Bob, Biter, is there a certain mech from the list that you would choose?
All of them, at least one.
At least once.
I mean, obviously, a good go-to mech is the Hellbringer.
Yeah.
It's not a mech I use all the time, but it's there's just so many. I would always recommend personally, if it was recommending for myself, ones with ECM and or mask. That's just because I always like those little gizmos, particularly if they have ECM and mask.
And for me, I think I'm a lore freakazoid. And last night I did play the Black Widow, like a lore build, and I had a lot of fun with it. So the Black Widow definitely will be my choice, and it's half off now. So
and those are good. And since you're doing the event, you will be getting MC to get it.
exactly. But I didn't have enough for it though. But I already had it though. So but still, if I had to choose again, I would definitely get a Black Widow. Good things.
But yeah, just your typical sales and plenty of mechs to buy and pick up, and also good time to play the game. You get C bills to buy the mechs, you get MC to buy the heroes, and you're even getting GSP to even skill them up. Finally.
Yes. Yeah. Finally.
God, thank God. Okay, that's enough for the sales. Next is mech release for Marauder 2 and the Corsair. Obviously, the Marauder 2 for MC, wait a month, and it comes out for C-bills. Obviously, right?
Yeah. Don't buy the Marauder 2 for MC. It's 100-tonner. It's very pricey, one way or the other, but it's really not worth for MC unless you, for some odd reason, wanted something like the hero, but it's not a good hero and it's not a great mech in the first place. So wait until it's out for C-bills, and then if you're swimming in C-bills and really must have a Marauder 2 and didn't get Mechwarrior 5 pre-order, there's very, very tiny band of people you can pick up the Marauder 2.
Yeah, like I would say, if you're gonna get one, get the 4 HP. To me, that's the only one I use.
Is that the missile one?
Yeah, that's the one that has was it 9 missile hardpoints? Yeah.
It takes a hit in its mobility and doesn't get any of the survival stuff that the other ones do, but yeah, it's able to do some rather interesting builds. However, for the most part, if you can, just pick any other giant, mech with lots of missile hardpoints. So the Annihilator Mean Baby, the Night Star even has the missile parts and survival quirks and better agility. And also, there's a strong contender in the Corsair, which is coming out for C-bills.
Ooh, and hold the presses. We just gave a recommendation to a Night Star.
Oh boy, what happened?
Hold up.
The Marauder 2 happened.
Yes. Well, they're both big giant blobs, but at least that Night Star actually has some survival.
Yeah.
Damn. What podcast is this?
I think I'm gonna have to retire and protest.
I mean, that Night Star hasn't got the problems with the arms because it's side torso mounted, I think.
Yeah.
It's you can do MRM 120 on that thing. It's a bit hard to fit it all in, but it can do it. It can do probably more as well. But it's a solid mech, and you could do the similar kind of thing on the Corsair, which is a really solid mech, good survival quirks all across the board, really high mounts mostly, unless it has those low-slung arms. And those low-slung arms take up lots of slots, and they're really awkward. So, just pick any of the ones that have the high mounts. And I think our particular favorite is the 7A, because it's the quad AMS.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Corsair with universal 10% range on top of it, 15% extra range on quad AMS, and you can do something like 2 UAC 10s and 4 medium lasers, or 2 Gauss rifles and medium lasers. Just DACA plus some backup lasers. It's a pretty solid mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think out of the Corsair, that's the only one that I would purchase if I didn't already have them.
It's stupidly ugly, and I love it.
Yeah, I know.
There are a fair number of Corsairs with a lot of missile hardpoints spread across them, which are good candidates for MRM boats. And, well, all of them have a whole hodgepodge of weapon systems all over the place, so they can do a whole variety of things, but you have to be prepared to spread your weapons all over the place. And there is one variant, I think it's got 6 ballistics, 3 in each arm. So it's really struggling for slots, it's really struggling for exposure time, and for some reason, PGI thought, this one's really going to struggle, so we're going to give it the weakest quirks.
But yeah, the quad missile mech or the quad AMS mech is by far, though. I think if you don't already have, if you like to take down missiles and piss off missile boats, this is one you want to definitely go get, with especially with the range quirk.
Yeah,
definitely.
Even for the lulls,
Yeah.
if you're hankering for rockets and the Marauder 4 HP is beyond the horizon, you can pick up the Corsair 7R, which has 5 missile hardpoints and rocket quirks. Woo!
Okay.
It's a fun mech. It's good.
Okay. So, is that it for PGI? The 10 minutes we did it.
I think so. I mean, there
Okay.
really have been a lot of updates since since MWO has been on hiatus for a teeny bit because no updates to Mechwarrior 5. So
Yeah.
the chunk of it will be mostly on Battletech, which I think Ian is going to be one to really go to on this one. I'm going to probably slink back in my chair and drink some coffee and just pop in whenever I can because I wish I knew more, but I don't. So take it
You
away.
never played Battletech tabletop?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. I tried to play. So I guess if we're gonna before we really get into the chunk, the only time I really tried to play was probably back in college. I had gone to my local game store and I knew of BattleTech because I played Dark Age, but there were some older guys. I know, Bob. I triggered you. I apologize for nothing. But essentially, I went there because I was like, oh man, BattleTech. This is like the same thing that I played, but it's more like like I'm playing D&D or a Besm. If you guys played that, because that was back when I played was Besm a lot actually.
Yeah.
But the guys who were there, I guess maybe I had a bad first time experience with BattleTech because the guys who were teaching it didn't teach it very well, and I was very lost. Got kind of frustrated, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I never really went back to it until the game came out with the Kickstarter, and I began playing that, and now I love it. But I have never really gone much into the actual physical tabletop, but I love the pieces now with the Kickstarter, and because they look so pretty, because they're based off of the models from MWO and Battletech, I really want to get into it. So anyway, that was my own little random blurb. You guys take it away.
I just got one question. Did you get the 20-hour box set for Battletech?
No, I didn't.
Okay. You should. It's really, really easy to learn and quick start rules and everything, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I have some friends here back home who've been wanting to really get into Battletech because we were trying to make our own with the Dark Age pieces and trying to make our own rules and all that. But if it's a not a pricey way to get into it, I'll be more than happy to give it a shot again.
Cool. Okay.
Well, we're gonna be talking about ways to get into in just a second. So
there we go.
Pay attention. Don't be like Oldbobs who doesn't listen while he talks.
I don't listen to anything, man. I'm stubborn. I'm a stubborn old man.
Alright, so I got the first thing to talk about. There were some updates to the Kickstarter, which are worth mentioning. For example, the Kickstarter reached the 1.5 million, which means the weird double forces things for certain backer levels is gone. In addition, Catalyst also contacted one of the fans who made some amazing graphics, and they posted those on the Kickstarter, which means you can now see very clearly what you're getting with your backer reward level. Also, there were some updates on which mech packs there are. There were some updates on how to buy add-ons after the campaign ends, and so on. So if you're interested, go ahead and read the updates. Two things to mention. if you are a backer of the Battletech Tabletop Kickstarter, you will get a beta version of the new Battletech role-playing game, which is called, I forgot how it's called, but there's going to be a new role-playing game, which you'll get a beta copy of.
Hold on, what? At what level?
That's a good question.
Because I'm interested in that, because I GM the role-playing game at the conventions. I love the role-playing game.
Yeah, and the other thing is the Battletech technical readout for the clans has been added as a PDF. So you're getting all of the mechs and all of the additional clan rules for free if you back the game.
Trying to find the role-playing game thing, like where it says it at.
Alright, let me find it for you.
Okay, because I'm excited about that, because the last role-playing game they had sucked donkey crap. It was horrible. Basically, the best one I think is the second and third edition. The fourth edition one they made was just garbage.
Alright, so all backers, even if you backed only $1, you're gonna get access to Mechwarrior Destiny. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I never got into the original RPG, but if there's a new one, which is supposed to be rules light, so it's easier to get into, I'm looking forward to this.
Well, yeah, the second edition was really easy to make characters. The third edition was really interesting to make characters because it has like a career path like Traveler. The fourth edition was just so many rules, it bogged down the whole gameplay. So yeah, I'm excited about this, actually. That is cool.
Alright, so yeah, there were a lot of updates for the Kickstarter. Again, if you want to know all of the details, go ahead and just take a look at the page. It's a lot more clear than it was a couple of weeks ago.
Now, did you know who actually did this, though?
They didn't put a name, but I think if you reverse Google the images, you're going to find out. I haven't done so yet.
Yeah, it's a lot clearer. It's something they really needed to help expand upon. The images really do sort of help. I still do think it's a spreadsheet nightmare. Everything that the hell's going on. But it's a lot better than it was before, and it's always good that they're working on expanding the accessibility of the imaging, and also just expanding the goals and working with the community as people just keep backing it. It's up to 1.3 mil now.
That's pretty good.
I would just like to see the database they're gonna have to build up to gather what people are getting, what kind of reward.
Yeah, it's going to be a delivery nightmare.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting though, because don't they, as a Kickstarter, you got to pay for each shipment.
Yes, you're gonna pay for each individual shipment, so the fact that they're delivering in waves is potentially going to be expanded. They have promised that they're gonna talk about their shipping and their fulfillment centers soon, so I'm expecting an update in the next couple of days. Yeah, so far we're expecting a US fulfillment center, Canada, Europe, and Australia, Oceania, I think.
Okay.
I think those are the ones that they promised, and there might be more.
So, like, what pack did you get, by the way? I'm curious.
Do you want to know my backer level, or how much I spent in total?
I guess backer level, or pledge level.
Yeah, I'm a star colonel, so I'm getting most of the good stuff.
You're a star colonel. Okay. That's pretty good. That's, if I had the money, I would actually do that too. That'd be kind of cool. A lot of good stuff, man. You're gonna get an S ton of stuff.
Yeah, basically everything I would care about.
Good update for the Battletech Kickstarter, doing very well. Awesome. I'm loving this. This is great. It's definitely gonna get new people involved into the game. Hopefully, the next generation, while the old fogies like us die out, the new generation will take over. So it'll be good. So next is, what should you do for Battletech, including buying your pack choice?
Yes, that's one of the main questions that I had a couple of years ago when I tried to get into tabletop. Where should I even start? There's so much stuff to see, so much stuff to buy. So I think it would make sense for us to talk a bit about what kind of rules people should look at if they want to get into tabletop beyond the box set.
Okay.
Because if you pay attention to the Kickstarter, if you buy the clan box set, you're only getting the clan expanded rules, not the basic rules. So it's still your choice what kind of rules that you want to buy and play with.
Well, if I can tell you from experience, though, Alpha Strike is kind of like the simple version of Battletech. It's like, move, fire, and that's pretty much, like about it. It has several rules that will translate into the higher advanced rules, But it's really, really good to get a person into Battletech using Alpha Strike, because then they go, hell, this is pretty easy. You go, wait a second, let me go show you Total War. And, basically, then it'll get you more into the more advanced rules of building units, more advanced combat styles and everything else, what you're going to do. A lot more rules. And so like Total War is like the most advanced stuff you could ever imagine, because that's like 5 books that are about 300 or 400 pages each. It's like playing Starfleet Battles on crack, if you guys know what I'm talking about. The quick start rules for the Battletech are kind of like the light version of Total War, but the more advanced version of Alpha Strike. So if you're going to get someone into Battletech and want to not scare them like sometimes I do to people, like, here's the rule books, honey, enjoy. There's 40 books in front of you. Get him in the Alpha Strike first, then go to the quick start rules of Total War, and then edge him into Total War with a little bit more advanced rules. That's what I suggest everyone does when you go do this. Now, the Alpha Strike cards are beautiful. They look really, really nice. But like I said, it's a basic thing to go get yourself into Battletech.
All right. I've got a slightly different opinion, because I tried to get an Alpha Strike and I just did not enjoy it. It was way too simple for my taste, especially the damage states and such that Alpha Strike has. I mean, sure, if you are playing with someone who's a really casual tabletop player and who's probably not going to enjoy the in-depth rules, then Alpha Strike's fine. But my suggestion would be to start off with the quick start rules. Though that's a booklet of about 30 to 40 pages compared to the 800 to 900 of the Total War book.
Yeah.
So the quick start rules are fairly simplified, but completely accurate. So if you want to expand on them later on, you can without relearning anything. And it's an acceptable read compared to the main thing.
Like, I was probably just thinking a person like, say, my wife getting into Battletech. She doesn't play board games or tabletop games. Alpha Strike be perfect. And then she goes, hey, this is pretty cool. I'm going to play this more. It's like, well, let's get into Quick Start, honey. Quick Start rules. And then into the Total War in case she really gets into it. But, generally, though, like, you are right, though. If a person has some kind of in-depth knowledge of tabletop war gaming, how to read rule books and how to, like, interpret those rule books and everything else, Quick Start will be probably your best bet, and then go to Total War in case you want to get more rules and more in-depth into the game system itself. But Alpha Strike is perfect for the standard person. Hey, Mom, you want to go play some Battletech? And, she'll jump in and go play some Battletech, with the Alpha Strike rules.
Yeah, what I also like about the quick start rules is the fact that if you only know the quick start rules, you know basically how the Battletech game works. And at that point, you can even make up your own rules, which is something I've done with my girlfriend. And you don't have to read the whole Total War novel to have in-depth rules.
That's always been my, I think, barrier to entry, is that because my friends and I, we want to really play this game because we miss playing D&D, but then we found out, oh, there's like a D&D with mechs. So right now I'm on the actual Kickstarter because, Bob, you said go ahead and pledge like $20. I'm highly tempted to do it right now. But $20 is gonna get me, it looks like, a free short story, clan challenge coin, and a Battletech beginner's box. So just as a total noob, what am I gonna get in that Battletech beginner's box?
You basically get like the quick start rules. You get 2 mechs, you get a map, you get dice, you get the cards to go use with it. You get everything to start you playing the game. Basically, like, here's 2 mechs, enjoy yourself, and go have fun. And then if you want to advance into that, you can go to the advanced box set, which is $59.99, and then it has 12 mechs. It has more mechs, more cards, more rules, and everything else. And so the $20 for you just to get started in this is just a really good deal. And it has everything you need. Everything you need, just go, hey, I'm gonna go play a couple games of this and see if I like it or not. Unlike Warhammer 40K, you need to have 16 units at $300 a unit, so that's about $4,000 to get involved into the Warhammer 40K. This is just $20. Get into it. $20 is like one night at the movies, like at the most.
Yeah.
So I guess
I'm gonna chime in here real quick. You can go even cheaper if you want to. If you just pledge the $1 level, you're getting the quick start rules for the Battletech beginner box as a PDF. So as long as you don't want any physical thing, you can for $1 get the world.
Well, I'm pretty sure my friends and I we're gonna want to get like physical mechs. So
Yeah.
whenever I hear 2 mechs, I guess that's like what? It's like a 2-player game. Each person gets 1 mech, or
Yeah.
what's going on with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, the beginner box for $20 only has the Wolverine and the Griffin, which is the main reason I thoroughly dislike this beginner box, because 2 mechs, in my opinion, is kind of boring.
That's how I feel too. So I kind of want to get one that has, what was it, like 12 mechs?
Yeah, that's advanced box set.
Advanced box set.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
for-
the one for 60, I think.
Yeah, $60.
60.
Or you could pledge the $20 level to get the box set with 2 mechs, and in addition, just buy the $40 pack for all of the miniatures, I guess.
Okay. You might need to put some links down in the video or even here in Discord, because I am not seeing where all those packs are at on the link that was in our Discord.
I'll go ahead and put links in the video too.
Fantastic.
But basically for the advanced box set, you get 12. Has a bunch of different types of mechs, like the Thunderbolt. Has a couple other ones. Battlemaster, I believe, is in there too. The Awesome. So like you have a bunch of different types of mechs you go and use instead of just the 2 mechs, the Griffin and the Wolverine. But like I said, like you just if you're not sure you want to get into BattleTech and don't have to be like Warhammer 40K where you spend about $1,000 to jump into the game and you might not even like it. $20 is a really good idea to pop in there and go, hey, let's go play a couple games, see if I like the game, and then, hey, this is a lot of fun. Let's get the advanced box set now, and then let's, once the clan, if you haven't pledged like into the Kickstarter, you can plan later on next year when the clans come out with all the other different stuff that's coming out, the box sets, the Intersphere mechs, the clan mechs, and everything else coming out later on.
Yeah, also if you already have the $20 box set, you don't necessarily need to buy the $40 one, because you're going to end up with a bunch of double stuff.
Yeah.
So you can either go to the Kickstarter and for $40 just buy all the miniatures, which would basically be what you want. Alternatively, I always recommend checking eBay, Craigslist, and whatever secondhand shop you can find for Battletech miniatures. Often enough, you can find them fairly cheap and in great condition.
But the problem is, though, like if you want to play BattleTech now, you don't have to wait till next year when the Kickstarter starts shipping. So like if you want to get the box set now, like large, it's for $20, it's not a bad deal.
Yeah, and I must be on the wrong page because I don't see it anywhere in here for a pledge for $40. I see a $30 or more, a $50 or more. I don't see any $40 or more on the site.
Yeah,
unless I'm on the.
I see 50 and 30 and 20.
The $40 thing is one of the add-on packs you can get.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, for $40 you get the 12 miniatures from the advanced box set.
Okay.
Well, that's down. That's down the page, basically.
That is way down the page. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one of the add-ons I'm getting because I haven't bought the box set because I already have a box set. But I would very much enjoy having those miniatures because they're.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see down at the bottom all the miniatures. Okay, yeah, I'll want to look at these because I don't want to. Because I'd rather not just get 2 mechs. I'd rather get 12 if I can get them. Because if I have a group of friends, So also too, there's just one other question because again I'm a total noob to all this kind of stuff here again. So if we were to, so let's say I have like myself and let's say about 3 of my friends or 4 of my friends who have like 5 or 6 people in total. So is it just like, just 1 mech per person and you all fight each other, or I guess how does the gameplay flow? I guess that's my main question.
Well, that completely comes down to how you want to play it. Obviously, you can do 1 mech per person if you want to do a fairly simple game. Personally, I always tend to play with 4 mechs per person. And I guess with 4 people, you can go free for all, which would probably be crazy fun.
Yeah. Like what we used to do, regiments versus regiments, and so planetary assaults, and so like we'll have like one battalion each. But that's just don't listen to me. This is more. This is the advanced version.
No, this is fine because I'm so dumb to all this. I'm gonna just absorb any information that I can. I know I was gonna be quiet for most of this, but I'm like, you know what? I need to ask questions because I really want to get into this.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. People can learn from it. But yeah, what Bob is talking about is a kind of Battletech game that's going to take you literal months.
One game takes months, basically, to do a planetary assault.
So yeah, I found that 4 mechs per person are probably the sweet spot between having a diverse battlefield and also not taking up too many things.
Yeah, like average the games, 1-on-1 basically. Me versus you, Lars, would probably be about hour and a half, like at the most 2 hours, I think. Once you get everything set up and everything. A little bit more, like say 4-on-4, probably take a little longer, but about 4 hours or so.
Okay.
Around there.
Yeah, from my experience, games with my girlfriend who has 0 experience in the game, it's gonna take about half a day for a 4 mech versus 4 mechs.
Yeah. Now, the thing you could also do too is you could use 1/72 scale buildings. That's actually, I believe, the same height as the miniatures themselves. And then also too, if you actually get the Robotech, what is that thing? Robotech Tactics, you can use those as well. They're a little bit bigger. They're 1 centimeter bigger than the actual mechs themselves. You can still use those as well too.
Interesting. And actually, if I find it in time, I'll actually give you a link to some papercraft that I built a while back. Because back when I was playing Dark Age, I found some really good. I know. I'm talking about, but I found some really good papercraft buildings, and I had actually gone to a Kinko's and had them printed off on a hard cardstock. And they worked really well for mech tabletop games.
Yeah.
I was just adding as a cool idea. And also, if you've got a 3D printer or a friend with access to a 3D printer, there are a lot of crazy good models out there which you can print for a couple cents. Right, and coming back from terrain and such, I guess one of the other questions I had back then is, where do I actually buy the rules to play the game? And I mean, obvious answer is one of the box sets or the Kickstarter. And beyond that, go ahead and check the Catalyst Labs store. It's not a pretty store, it's a pretty awful store. But if you find what you're looking for, you can get it on there as a PDF and then, I guess, print it on your local print shop. And I guess if you're really in a hurry, you can just get a PDF somewhere on the internet. But as always, the First Circuit podcast does not endorse pirating, and we recommend you buy the stuff you want.
Yes.
All right, is that it for our topics? What else do we have today?
IS versus clan box sets. IS is better. Okay, next topic.
Which one is easier to get into?
Yeah,
the answer is very simple. IS is easier to get into.
Okay.
I would, however, say that the clans are a bit more fun.
Yeah, the clans are a lot more fun. They have more really cool clicky toys and, basically little, things, omnipods and everything else, so you go ahead and modify their mechs with and everything. The IS is just easier rule sets to go ahead and not have to worry about. I know the biggest thing that I had, like when I was playing Mechwarrior Online, was how do omnipods work? Yeah, how do omnipods work for, change out your mechs and stuff like that? Yeah, a lot of people didn't know about that kind of stuff. And so I think the Inner Sphere box set is a lot better as far as just it's basic. Don't have to worry about interchangeable parts for your mechs and like omnipods and everything else. So the Inner Sphere will be a lot better to go ahead and get into instead of actually jumping into the clan box set. But obviously, if you're a Battletech fan, get both. No matter what. Anyways, but the Inner Sphere, in case you want to get or Larsh, a new person playing, that'd be one of the things you definitely go get first.
Yeah, I recommend start out on the Inner Sphere and then advancing to clan.
Yeah.
I mean, for most people, you're probably going to advance to clan tech because the miniatures are pretty.
And it's easier, and basically, yeah.
Oh, also, real quick, guys. What are challenge coins?
Oh, those are just metal coins with the logo printed on them. So I've had the story told to me. It's something about a bar tradition for some kind of US military person.
Yeah.
Where they had those challenge coins, and apparently you knock on the counter with your coin, and whoever cannot answer with their own coin has to buy drinks or something like that.
Huh.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But they're really pretty.
It's a military
thing. I saw that there. Yeah, okay, so basically I can get a challenge coin, but it has nothing to do with the game then.
Actually, what you're supposed to do is throw them at the other person. Take your challenge point. I am Clan Novacat, and I challenge House Davy, and throw it. You're supposed to shove it down the other person's mouth. That's what you're supposed to do. I challenge you.
Note yourself, never play with Bob physically.
Yeah, because at that point your opponent actually chokes on the coin, and you actually win at the game and life.
See, I won all my games.
You won all your games by
Well,
shoving the coin in someone's throat.
Giving clan rules, that's actually a totally legitimate way to win a
Generally, they're
Alright,
just
cool.
really cool coins you could go ahead and have, and that's basically
Okay,
what they
cool.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw that and I was like, oh, that's a really cool thing, but like I didn't know if I had to like choose a certain one or if it was part of the game or if it was just something cool just to have and just put my desk. Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's something cool like the little pins. Basically you have the little pins, or on my keychain I have a Karita little clippy thing, like whatever it's called, and so it says Karita, and that's all it is. It's just something cool to have. Tips for tabletop runs. Where to pick up terrain. Obviously, your hobby store, your game store, eBay. Try to actually support your local game stores because they're the ones that are struggling like right now. They're dying. They're not. They used to be a dime a dozen before the internet, and now since everything's cheaper online, you want to still. I still travel 2 hours to my game store and purchase stuff from them. Of course, sometimes I do purchase stuff on Amazon or like what have you, basically. But I try my damnedest to go ahead and purchase from a brick and mortar store that's out there instead of actually just getting something online. And so when you do purchase terrain or mechs or just whatever, you want to go ahead and support your local game store if you guys can.
No, I think just as a person who's brand new to this whole kind of thing, I think that was actually really informative. And I am probably going. So okay, so just to kind of do a quick recap for someone who's new. I'm probably going to go ahead and talk to my friends, and we're going to see about getting the $20 pledge level, which is the beginner box, and then was the like $40 thing the add-on, which had the 12 mechs, correct?
I believe so.
Yes. You do have to think about whether you want to get the $20 pack soon, though, because I don't know if they're gonna ship out the $20 pack immediately after the end of the campaign. You might be a lot quicker just to find a local game store and get it from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because the $20 one is already in store.
Okay, so basically, so if we're saying that if I were to go to the Kickstarter and I pay the $20, I would wait? How long do you think?
Next year.
Next year?
I'm gonna expect that the $20 one is gonna be shipped immediately after the end of the campaign because those box sets already exist, so there's no reason to wait. But you're gonna have to pay for shipping. You're still gonna have to wait a couple of weeks and so on and so forth. So
And then,
if you can find it locally, that's probably the better option.
okay, I'm just trying to compare and contrast here because if I go back to the $20 pledge, I'm just making sure I'm not missing out on anything in here if I don't do the Kickstarter. So it
And
looks like if I,
well, like I was gonna also say, and the advanced box set's already out too. So it's at your local game store right now.
So mainly, if I so you can get like the $20 box and the 12 mechs by just going to a store already then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay then.
It's just
So
with
I'm-
this, you
However-
get all the cool stuff.
However, I would like to add that even if you get it locally, I recommend pledging the $1 because even at the $1 level, you're getting a lot of really cool stuff. Like you're getting access to the RPG beta rules, you're getting access to the technical readout, which gives you a lot of advanced client rules. You're getting access to fiction and such. So even the $1 level is something you should obviously do.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so that's good then. So, all right. Well, then I'm gonna go do some research, and I actually have about like easily in my area. Thankfully, I have like 2 or 3 local stores actually in my area that have comics and
Good.
tabletop things already. So Pittsburgh actually has a good amount of stores like this. So I might go out today and check it out.
I've got a couple minor things to add on tips for tabletop work.
Okay.
I've often talked about the fact that I do not like the main tabletop initiative system, where you move all of your mechs at the same time, then the enemy moves all of their mechs, and then all of your mechs fire, and then all of the enemy fire. I think that system's kind of dumb and makes playing difficult. So personally, I use the video game Battletech rules, which are really easy to adapt. So just a hint, if you also do not like the movement rules for Battletech, give those a try. They're really easy to use and they're a lot more fun.
Well, could you do like a D&D thing where each person could basically roll for initiative for each piece?
Sure, you could do that.
Yeah.
The way the video game does it is light mechs go first because they're obviously more mobile and faster, and assault mechs go last, which I think is a good system.
That was episode 96 of the First Circuit Podcast. Thank you for listening to us banter on about different things, about Mega Mech, Battletech itself, Clans versus Intersphere, and everything else involved in Mecha and Battletech. Tonight's hosts were Biter,
Blarg.
Ian,
Bye-bye.
Larsh,
Heyo.
and myself, Old Bob 10025. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the battlefield.